Hello everyone and welcome to Percy's Park, the theme park of my imagination. We are going to make a lot of changes here, and the first change is... Look, Wood's here! Hi Wood! The other thing we're going to do is kinda really big because we are going to change everything here. Because if I look at this, what I think to myself is, well, somebody made a super flat world and just built things wherever there happened to be space. And you know, that is kind of what happened. And I think we need to change that a little bit. So far, all of these rides that I've made, they've had a certain technical challenge to them. Well, this will be the first video of Percy's Park where we actually don't really do a technical challenge. We're just going to move everything around. A lot. And I think the best way to do that is by making distinct areas, sort of clustering rides together. For example, I think there should be an area for story-related rides. I mean, this one has got a really distinct story. This one is literally called a Minecraft story. This one has a story and this one too, so I think we'll be putting them together. They kind of already are together, so we probably won't have to move any of those around too much. Then of course over here we've got the racetrack, which I'd say is definitely a thrill ride sort of thing. But then we also have this really big empty space here. I figure we can put all our thrill rides into here. And that of course includes the roller coaster and storm drop. Perhaps we can put Easter swirl in there as well. And then the rides we're left with are the carousel over here and Flight of the Phantom over there. Now those have a very distinct market sort of feel to them, or at least that one on the inside. I was sort of thinking we can make like a market sort of area. And then we'll also have a space where we can actually sell our merch, like the bubble wand, our confetti wand, and of course our lightning wand. So now we have a plan. We're going to move all of this around a little bit. Unfortunately, it is not as easy as just moving the blocks to another place, right? Most of these rides aren't just the blocks. The roller coaster over here, for example, if I just quickly do this, you may notice some particles appear. These are entities, these are markers, and they decide where the card goes. That's how the thing knows where the card is supposed to go, right? And so we kind of need to bring those over as well to the new location. And I'm not really sure what the easiest way of doing that is. Now to make it a little bit easier, I've installed a mod called Lightmatica, which... There you go, this is the menu for that. I have never worked with Lightmatica. I don't really know how this works. I think we've got our area now. Now you may notice that it's also copying some of this build and some of that build. We can just get rid of that, of course, after. Now we're going to take that schematic, we're going to place it. And I know exactly how that works, because you just do the schematic placement thingy. And you don't click it. That's not how it works. Okay, so we load a schematic apparently. And we create a placement for it. We just check this one. Oh, this is so laggy. Also, oh, I did a thing. Okay. Oh, wow, this is so interesting. Okay, so first of all, we want to flip it. I think that should be good. Now what we need to do is move it down a whole bunch, right? This is so laggy. I hope that doesn't show up in the video, how laggy this is. And we're almost there. There you go, I think that should be it. Now, as I understand it, what we need to do is have a special mode called Paste Schematic in the World, but I don't know how to place it now. Apparently you need to have a hotkey configured for that one. I think this should do it. Nope, it does not. Oh, it does. It just also opened the overlay. Okay, look at that, we've got a schematic pasted in the world now. This is kind of cool. Now I wonder, has it taken the markers with it? Because that's kind of important. It did! Yes! Okay, it did do the things. Okay. This is going to make my life so much easier. Alright, let me go work on shuffling everything around a bunch. I just decided I don't like the way that this is placed. Can I undo this? I think it's better if it's flipped more to so that this house over here faces this direction, right? There we go. I think that's much better. Of course, we need to test it, see if it works. I think it won't. I'm suspecting one issue that's going to... Yeah, okay, there you go. It doesn't work. But we can fix this easily, I hope. I appear to have fixed it. Let's see, does it go? It goes. Brilliant. Let's go. This is awesome. Okay. Well, it looks like we've now got a good proper method of putting things in different places. All I have to do now is put the things in all the different places. This will be fun. Alright, I just want to give you a little update. As you can see, everything over here looks a little bit more empty. It's because I moved those rides over to here, to the thrill ride area, right? The next area I'm going to work on is over here, the storytelling area. We're going to move the wishing well to over here. I think that's a perfect, beautiful place for it. We may probably just rotate this building so that the entrance over here faces that direction. And if possible, maybe we'll move this one over here just a little bit forward, just nudge it a little bit. And so now all the rides in this area are in place. And now it's time for me to work on this area a little bit, to which I'm thinking I also may not have to do a whole lot. Just need to put the carousel somewhere, which will be probably over here. And then I'll need to just make some stands for the merch that I've got in the park, of course. I think that shouldn't be too hard. Now there's one thing I'm feeling kind of sad about. You may notice wood is not really around. Let's see if we can paste this in. There we go, placed it in. Wood is causing so much lag in this park. It is, I hate it. It's annoying, it means we can't have wood. Let's see if this works. Oh, that's an issue. Well, it's a very interesting issue, but it's an issue. But the issue with wood is very optimized for your regular Minecraft world, but this isn't your regular Minecraft world. There are so many entities here that Minecraft is trying to look for when looking for wood, and it's just causing so much lag. It's stupid. Oh, done. Let's go see if we can fix this then. Let's see. Off and back on again. Boop. There you go. That should have fixed it. And there we go. It's fixed. It's working. And there we go. Now we have a little market area over here. I have added a little booth for the lightning wand over here. Really cool. And of course over here one for the confetti wand. So now you can get those two in the park. That wasn't really an option before. But now you think to yourself, well, you said earlier in the beginning of the video that this just looks like a super flat world with things placed in. And it still kind of looks like a super flat world with things placed in. It's just a little bit shuffled about. Well, don't you worry. That's what we're working on next. Starting with this, we need a way to get to the thrill ride area over here. And to do that, we kind of need to cross the tracks over here. Now, this seems kind of dangerous, just letting people wander over here. So you'd say maybe we should build a bridge. Unfortunately, with the way that these carts work, we cannot have anything over it, except for if it is leaves, which probably won't make for a great bridge. So instead, we'll be making a tunnel. We'll be going right underneath here, and I want to make it somewhat wide, I think. So there you go, something like this. Alright, so as you can see, I made a little tunnel down here. Now, because this is leading, of course, to the thrill ride area, I figure we make just a little bit rough around the edges. There's all dirt, there is roots growing down from under here. It's kind of sort of not quite safe, but safe enough. I think this kind of is a great transition to the thrill ride area, right? And of course, this whole aesthetic will bring it over to the rest of this area. But before I do that, I kind of wanted to show you something. See, like I said, we cannot really build anything over it, right? So I built a tunnel, but tunnel, it's not really much of a thrill to it, is there? And that we cannot build anything over here doesn't mean we cannot go over here. I am thinking this little something. Imagine a catapult, right? And I've set up this command to show kind of the idea. If I hit enter, it will just launch me over the thing. See that? So imagine that we have a big catapult over here. You can get into it and it will just yeet you over the racetrack over here. Don't you think that would be cool? I'm going to build a catapult. Be right back. Now, I never said I was good at building catapults, but this is what I came up with. This is what's going to have to do. Look, you've got a little thing that's about all the way back. A little spoon that you can sit in. Now, the way you get up here is with this really rickety staircase ladder type thing. And then you climb up this ladder and then you get in. And when you're ready to go, I want to do this in third person mode. When you're ready to go, you just go stand on the pressure plate and whee! There you go. Plop. Plops you right down over here. Cool. And much better than some boring tunnel. Now it's time that we really make something cool with this place over here. And we're not going to do too much to it, because we're keeping this rough theme, right? Kind of what we have on the track over here. So really what we're going to do is we're going to lay out some paths that go over here. We're going to make them out of coarse dirt, just like the other things over here. And we're just going to make sure that everything is connected really well. And the way we're going to do that is the same way that we did the path over here, the road. We are just going to fill a whole bunch of area here with grass, with dirt. And of course the grass will at some point grow over that again. And then we're going to add, coarse dirt. And then we should be left with a really cool pattern. There we go. And maybe a little bit over here for when you come out, of course, of the ride. And this right here is how you really quickly get some kind of really rough looking path, right? It's got some rough edges over there. We'll have to touch up a little bit, but of course it's absolutely fine. This is a lot easier than doing it all manually, isn't it? I think I pretty much got it. That's our rough layout. It's pretty good. Now, obviously, this is still really very boring and flat. I think we're going to do what they always seem to do in, in theme parks, in real theme parks. And we're just going to fill in a whole lot of trees everywhere. And we need to figure out what kind of trees. Look over there, we got a lot of spruce trees. And I think we might put some of those over near this area where it's mountainous and there is some spruce looking things over here, right? And then over here we'll fill it in with, what should we do? Just regular forest? We can do that. Let's go do regular forest. Make sure it doesn't need redstone. I believe with this, if we toss a snowball, and we kind of want to do it over there. Let's see what happens. Oh, there you go. We get spruce trees. So we're going to sort of turn this whole place into a spruce taiga forest, whatever it's called. And you can see when we're on the track, suddenly this becomes a lot more immersive, right? It's kind of cool, isn't it? I really like it. I really like it. I don't believe I've actually shown it in that video, but this is kind of exactly how I made the forest over there for a Minecraft story. I just spammed a bunch of snowballs and it made all the trees. Kind of cool. There's something else we can do here, for which we'll need another command block. So now if I come over here and I give myself this tag, it should turn this entire area into a spruce biome. Or rather, I believe I've done a taiga biome. There you go, some creative mode building tricks with 100% me. And then when you're done, you're just removing the tag. So now you can fly around everywhere again without making everything that biome. And you're all good. Now we still need to do this area, of course. Now I said we're going to do regular forest. So let's see what we have in our selection. Forest, forest flowers, forest rock. Flower, forest. I wonder what that does. I just want to see. Oh, that's cool. It's not what we want for this area though, but it's cool. Look at that. Whee! Okay, we need to get rid of the flowers now. Birch and oak, I suppose we can do. Oh, there you go. Oh, we need to be careful. Now I need to go double check, make sure that the catapult still works if we have stuff over here, right? Let's go have a look. Oh, but that still works. I'm pretty sure that still works. Now, of course, back here we still have a really big area left that we can do something cool with, like build another ride over here. Now, currently there are no plans to do that, but of course we're going to fill it with the trees, and then once we do have a plan, we can of course clear the trees and build a really cool ride here, or something else, whatever really we come up with. Now, something very important to keep in mind. Oh, we have a bee. We have a couple of bees. That's cool. But something very important to keep in mind is if you have a path always follows the path of least resistance. Let's say we are over here, we want to go over there. Well, there's a very clear path over here, but I don't really want people to go here, right? I want people to use the path that I've created here. So a really easy way you can do that is by adding just some features over here and sort of force them to go over there. Now there is no longer a straight line over here, right? So they have to go around to get to the thing here. And of course the same goes for over here. So we're just making sure that all of this is very dense, so that we know that people are not going to go where they're not supposed to. Oh, well, that might be a little bit too dense. Actually, it's kind of fine, I think. We'll figure it out. I think it's fine. There we go. I think this is a pretty good looking area now. Let's put one more over there. Oh, I was hoping it would be a little bit farther, but I think it's fine. There you go. And there you go. I think... Oh, no, we cannot have it right in front of the entrance over there. But I think if we just remove this tree, I think we should be really good over here. Look at that. We've got a lot of stuff going on. Suddenly this area really kind of looks like it belongs. It's not just some random track with some random things in the middle of nowhere in a flat world, right? This really looks like it's supposed to be here, right? Now something that's of course really very important is we need to test what it all looks like. We cannot just build this and I'm like, yeah, okay, that's good. No, we need to know what it looks like in our rides over here, of course. There you go, start race. And there we go. Yeah, look at that. It's suddenly a little bit more immersive. There's more purpose to this area, right? I really like it. It's really cool. There's suddenly something to look at, but it's not really too much. It doesn't distract from the actual race. Oh, well, maybe a little bit. Now I'm all in the mud. Uh-oh. Ah. And then the area changes. The environment changes. It's really cool. Oh, I like it. Oh, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Oh, yeah, this suddenly feels a lot better. Oh, I like it so much. This is so cool. Oh, let's see if... Aha! I'm not good at that bit, but here you go. There you go. Finish. I finished. Woo! Alright, now let's focus our attention to this area over here. The area with the rides that tell a story, right? Now, what I want to do here for the paths is I want to stick with this path block look that we've got going over here. Now, if you go into here, you see that the path block is really dense. It's dominating the entire path, right? But I'd like to make it a little bit less dense, more sporadic, a bit like the end over here. Or a little bit like how it is over here with the... What's it called? A wishing well? So I just spent a whole bunch of time building this, and I think I've changed my mind. I think I don't like this. I think I know something far cooler that we can do over here. Oh, yeah! Okay, give me a minute. Oh, I need to set a couple things up. Alright. So this is kind of cool. I've made it so that it will now change the block randomly as you walk over it. So first, if it's grass, it will change to dirt, and then it will change to coarse dirt, and then it will change to a path block, as you can see. It's a bit tricky to see, it goes a little bit fast. I need to tweak it a little bit still, make sure it's a little bit slower. But in theory, what should happen is over time, we should start seeing proper paths going everywhere. Now remember, I'm going to turn this off. Now do you remember when I said paths follow the path of least resistance? It's because it's where people walk, right? That's what forms paths. And so now we kind of have the opportunity to test that. It's kind of up to us now to make it so that the people will only walk where we want them to walk. And we can see over time where the paths form, right? That's the path of least resistance for them. Is that cool? I'm not sure I've explained it well, but I'm really excited about this. Alright, as you can see, I put a lot of trees into here. Those trees weren't here before either. Actually, this is better seen from down here. Look at that. It's kind of cool, isn't it? Now, obviously, there are no paths here yet, but they will come with time as people walk over here. I have changed, by the way, how random it is. It's a lot, the chance of it happening is a lot smaller now. And so you will get eventually this really gradual, slowly this becoming paths wherever people end up walking, right? I think it is so incredibly cool. I'm really glad that I came up with that. I think it's a really cool idea. And it's one of those, it's going to take time. We cannot really see the fruits of our idea yet, but eventually, one day we will. You can already see as I'm walking around here just randomly, there are some of those dirt patches, right, generating. It's kind of cool. And also, if I think it goes too slow, I can always tweak the numbers still and make it a little bit more or less likely to happen. It's really cool. I like this. I really do. Let's move on to the next thing. This thing is the next thing. Now, what I'm thinking here, I'm sort of going for fantasy fair vibes, but not quite full buildings, just little stalls and booths and little tents, whatever. And this is all the way at the beginning of the park. The entrance is going to be over here somewhere. And the entrance is going to come in a different episode. The idea is you come in somewhere over here, right? And you come through this area. There will be a path over here. The idea is that this will be some sort of square, but we won't really be able to see that until we have more of these structures in. And currently there are no more structures to put in. So that comes later. But the idea is there's this path over here. And it sort of leads you around, and then over here the park kind of opens, right? From here you can go over there, you can go over there and see everything, and the park just really opens up for you, right? Which means for now I'm going to make a cobblestone path over here. And we're going to use many of the same techniques that we've already used in this video. Namely the one where we just replace everything, and it's not working, everything in a whole big area with a specific block. Look at that, there we go. Make sure we've got all of this included into the thing, and we make sure we got all of that included into the thing. Now this looks terrible, of course. There is no other way of putting it, but this is a lot easier again than just making everything manually. Now we can go do some fun bits and blend a lot of stuff together, because this is a boring texture to have repeated over and over, right? I will be the first to admit, in my mind this all looked a lot better. This is kind of a mess, isn't it? But that's absolutely alright. Look, I tried a thing, it didn't work, let's go try something else. In doing this thing, I also figured out what was the thing that didn't work. There's just this really big open area, right? And I'm trying to fill it with detail, and that's just not really working on a 2D plane like the flat floor, right? I think what we need, this area, it doesn't really have anything that you focus on, right? When you come in here, your eye isn't really naturally drawn to anything. And so what I think is we need a big feature here at the center here. We can make a fountain, we can make some grass patches everywhere, make a beautiful garden. You know, just something that draws the attention, a little spot somewhere that the viewer can rest their eyes on. I think we made an interesting looking centerpiece over here. I'm not quite sure. Let's have a look. What does it do? Well, yeah, that's something to look at. Alright, so now we've got this area over here. That needs to have something, right? Let's make a little area. Now, when I come in here, do we get a video of something drawing the attention? Yeah, a little bit better than it was before. Now, there's still chaos on the floor. We can fix that. But I think there is now something for our eyes to look at. I think this whole thing is a lot better now. So let me go focus on fixing the floor here. Alright, as you can see, I've changed the entire path here, the street, quite a bit. Oh, I'm still finding things to change. Now, I've made it a lot more smooth, right? It isn't as busy anymore, but there's something I'd like to add. And that's sort of the hint that there was bricks in the street here. I want to try something. I can just stand over here and then just toss the snowball like so. Yeah, that's kind of what I was hoping for. That's kind of cool, isn't it? So if I can have a lot of those streaks in, like so, whoop, I think that should give the hint that there was bricks here. I'm not going to lie, part of me kind of wants to change the fountain because now I feel like it just blends in a little too much with the floor here. Maybe I should make this all quartz. Yeah, I'm going to try that. Oh yeah, I definitely like that. Made out of quartz, it stands out a lot more, makes it feel more chic, more fancy. I kind of like that. I dig it, I dig it. Ooh, I forgot to change the floor in here though. There we go. Now, I think we've done a lot to make this work. And I'm really kind of happy with how this has turned out. Dude, look at the mess we had a second ago and look what we've got now. I like it, I'm really happy. And let's not forget, more is going to be added, of course, once we have more merch over here. Or maybe we can come up with another sort of tent theme, right? Like the carousel. It's going to be epic. And I think that is the end of this video. Look, we have transformed the entire park. Tell me that we did not just take this park and put it up to 11. I absolutely love the transition to the thrill ride area over there. I absolutely love the fact that we have a catapult. Oh, by the way, I added some water over here for people to land in. Figured it was a little bit harsh otherwise. I absolutely love that we've just got this area you can walk around in. There is actually stuff to look at now, and you can go into any ride you want. For some reason, just adding things, it adds skill, right? You can compare it. This roller coaster looks so much bigger than it did before. It's so epic. I absolutely love that over here we have an area dedicated to the story rides, the rides that have a story, and that this will eventually start telling a story if people start walking here. I cannot wait for people to come here. It's going to be so epic watching paths appear over here. And finally, one thing I absolutely love is this area over here. How I kind of made a big mess and sort of got together to sort of fix it. I am so happy that I didn't give up on that. I am so glad with the end result here. I hope you like it too. What do you think about what we did to Percy's Park? I really like it, and I'm Percy, so I guess my opinion is the most important one. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye!